What's up, y'all, and welcome back to another edition of CountryCast. We have so much to go over today. Really great news stories out there in the country music world, to include one country star who was lost in the woods for several hours. Not too far-fetched when you talk about country music in the woods, right? But hey, it happened. And also, what's got Tim McGraw so emotional? Y'all know what to do. Stick around. So before we get right into it, I would just like to take this moment to remind everybody out there that our socials are now up and running, thank God. You can head on over to Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter to give us a like and a follow. You see our handles here up on the screen. Facebook is CountryCast, Instagram is CountryCast News, and Twitter is @CountryCastNews. And if you are new here at our YouTube show, please hit that subscribe button down below. Turn those notifications on so you don't miss out on any breaking updates on your favorite country artist, and of course, all the news coming right out of Music City. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into our news stories for the day. They're really exciting, especially the one I'm getting to right now, and that is fans of Morgan Wallen can finally be at peace because he is releasing a song that many of us have been waiting for to get our hands on, finally coming to digital platforms next week on August 14th. Morgan Wallen is releasing his song 7 Summers. About damn time, bring it on. I cannot wait for the 14th. It is a killer song, and he has been teasing to put it out. Fans have been asking about it, and finally today on social media, he let the world know that on August 14th, you will be able to access 7 Summers. Morgan Wallen said, "Sometimes I guess you guys get what you ask for." August 14th, with this clip teasing the song that, like I said, fans have just been waiting for so long.
Yourself thinking about that boy from East Tennessee, and I know we both knew better, but we still said forever.
Morgan Wallen taking a little page out of Luke Combs' book here with making fans wait a little while for an unreleased song. We know we see Luke do that quite a bit, and then all of a sudden it'll be a surprise announcement, and then we'll get that new song. But Morgan Wallen dropping some big news here with the release of 7 Summers on August 14th. Do not miss out, so make sure you set your alarm, because as soon as it drops, you are gonna want to get your hands on this song. All right, so we know in just a little bit we're gonna be talking about a country star who was lost in the woods. But let's talk about a country star who was lost somewhere else. Travis Tritt was lost and floating around in space. Travis Tritt has finally made his way into space. I guess after howling at the moon, it paid off, because the International Space Station made a video that they shared to their Twitter of astronauts up at the space station singing "It's a Great Day to Be Alive." This was really special to Travis Tritt. Really cool, honestly, to have your song playing up in space with astronauts after we've already seen the launch of SpaceX. So this is just a really cool thing that we get to see here. But again, this meant a lot to Travis Tritt. He retweeted the video saying, "This is the closest I will ever get to actually being in space. I'm very honored to have my music being played on the International Space Station. Thanks so much." There isn't anyone out there who can say that that was not badass. I mean, who doesn't love Travis Tritt anyways? Instead of just having him in space, I wish we could just have PAs all around the world playing Travis Tritt as our theme songs while we walk the streets. But anyways, more badass news from Travis Tritt is that he's going to be releasing music very soon, because down in that thread of his tweet, one commenter wrote, "That's because you're awesome. Wish we could hear some new music." Travis Tritt follows up by saying, "New music coming very soon." Now, we have heard a little teasing from Travis Tritt before. He has said that his new music will be in collaboration with Dylan Carmichael, who is an amazing country artist himself. So really excited to hear this new music, and congratulations to Tritt for being played through the galaxy, for God's sake. So just really awesome stuff there. Thought I would share that with you guys. But let's go ahead and get into what's got Tim McGraw so emotional these days. First, I gotta bring this up and ask this question. Didn't Tim McGraw sing the song "Grown Men Don't Cry"? Well, apparently, as Tim McGraw has aged, he has found himself to be getting very emotional about pretty much everything. And according to a report by CMT, Tim McGraw was in an interview with a radio station where he said, "At 53, I probably don't self-examine as much as I should, but I think I'm learning that I'm getting more and more emotional. I'm getting more and more emotional about everything. And maybe I've been heading that direction for a while, but maybe this time has really sped that process up. I mean, I can cry at commercials now. It's ridiculous. If we're talking about emotional display when it comes to Tim McGraw, I think as he has aged, we have seen a bit of that maturity in his emotions, especially when you look at the collaborative album that he did with his wife, Faith Hill, The Rest of Our Life. And then the new music that we're getting from him, such as his song I Called Mama. He did an interview with CMT about this as well, and he used the word emotions a lot as he described that song, which it is an emotional song talking about reaching out to your mother and experiencing the emotion and the connection that you would get, obviously, with your mother. But I think Tim here is putting it on display that as he has aged, he has become more of an emotional man, which nothing is wrong with that. And plus, when you're writing music and showing your artistic side, I think you shouldn't be afraid to display your emotions. And wherever you stand with Tim McGraw, he's been in this game for a very long time. And you look back at the old school Tim when he was rocking and he was really rowdy with Indian Outlaw, and we've seen that progression. But I think now as Tim has aged, I can agree here that his emotions are a bit more on display. And now comes the time I will answer this puzzling question that all of you must have at this point. Which country star was lost in the woods, and what in the hell happened to where they were even in this predicament in the first place? That's right, you've probably already guessed it by now. Country artist Kane Brown got lost in the woods on his own property, mind you, and had to call the police in order to get back home and find his way out of his very large property. He was in an interview on Extra with Jana Kramer, which did not know Jana Kramer was now an interviewer on Extra, but here we are. Jana Kramer had the opportunity to interview Kane Brown about this situation, and this is what Kane Brown had to say. Jana Kramer asked him first, "I heard a rumor that you got lost in your house and your property. Is that true?" Kane Brown responded by saying, "Yeah, we got lost for 7 hours. 7 hours, folks." He continued and said, "We have 30 acres and it's all woods. And we made our own trail. And it started raining. And it started getting dark. And we started running out of gas. And we couldn't find our trail back. We live by all these cliffs. So everywhere we tried to go, we thought we were getting somewhere. We'd run into a drop-off. So we ran into a drop-off. So we ended up having to call the cops and walking down." So let's stop here for a moment and give a round of applause to the police officers who got Kane Brown out of this terrible predicament of just being lost on his own property. But thank God they were able to find their way back. Just a really shitty situation to be in. Again, thank God the police were able to get him out of the woods and back to his house safely. But Kane Brown was lost in the woods, folks, on his own property. So there it is. But thanks for tuning in. That will be it for today's video. Glad to be back with you guys again, as always. If you are new here, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn those notifications on for breaking updates on your favorite country artist and all the news coming right out of Music City. Y'all stay country.